Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dee. I'm glad you're here, and today I'll be talking about my pregnancy journey. Yes, I have a baby. We're 7 months old today, so today we're celebrating a 7 months birthday. Yay! Actually, today's celebration is not something I normally would want to, it's 7 months. It's not like she's 1 year yet. But every milestone, every month, every week is a cause for celebration for me because, looking back at those days and looking back at my delivery, looking back at everything that happened, that period rather, I have every cause to celebrate every day. So whenever I post pictures or I do anything that has to do with her, it's because of the special memory I have about those period. That period rather. Is there anything like those period? Okay, that period. So today I'm going to be talking about my pregnancy journey. I'm going to be talking about how it started, how it ended, and everything in between. I'm going to be talking about the first trimester, first trimester, first of all, and it started pretty normal. Now, before I go into that, please, this is a new channel, of course. Subscribe if you like me. Subscribe if you like the content I give out. Now, subscribe if you want better content from me. In as much as I'm a new channel, I'm ready for this. Please subscribe and like this channel. Click on the like button, encourage me to do more videos. Every Wednesday, I'll be throwing videos out. If you encourage me, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for subscribing already. So like I was saying, first trimester was pretty normal, even though at the beginning it was sketchy. It was really tough on me because I had just made some major changes in my life and I was trying to settle. So it was like a shock when I got to realize that this had happened. Nothing really ever prepares you for situations like this except when you're deliberately or intentionally looking for it. But then it happened. I had to accept and I had to work towards the bed. So the first trimester, I'm going to be talking about my symptoms in the first trimester. First of all, I started having morning sickness, and that's normal, pretty normal for almost all pregnancies. I said almost all because our bodies are different, the way our systems react to things are different. So first trimester started with morning sickness, and morning sickness, of course, contains sometimes, would always involve sometimes fever. You start feeling feverish sometimes towards the evening, or you start vomiting very early in the morning or any time of the day at all. So mine was always towards the evening. Like it was during, I think it was winter in Toronto, and you know how winter is in Canada. It was winter, and any little thing, I was always feeling cold and feverish. So that, of course, was a big sign to me that something was wrong somewhere, because that was the first thing I got to notice about myself. And one thing about me is that I know my body system so well. I know when my body is doing good, and I know when it's not. So morning sickness started, I started vomiting, and I started feeling dizzy most of the time. So dizziness is another thing. Dizziness, and then at some point I started to have I was weak. I started to have itchy skin and some other symptoms that I cannot remember right now, but these basic 4 happened, and of course it wasn't funny. It wasn't funny at all. First trimester, I was not myself. I was still trying to adjust to this whole pregnancy stuff, because now nothing really actually prepares you for it until you start to experience it. And as a first time mom, as a first time pregnancy, it came with a shocking effect, and of course I chested. I do like this. Don't mind me. So Another thing that happened was that I started having indigestion. I would eat and the food would not go down. The food would always stay here. It might take hours before it digests, and then you get to feel uncomfortable because you'll be bloated, and then you're just not comfortable with yourself. Now, this video is not just for women alone, it's for men, so that men can learn. African men most especially, because they don't know these things. Women go through a lot of things to bring in kids into this world, and we should be appreciated for that. Really, nobody should even argue with us. Nobody should even try to compete with us on that level. And no matter how much you say you understand what we go through, you can never understand it, because you're not the one feeling the pain. You're not the one going through the process. So we can only talk about it and pray for your empathy, because that's the only thing you can feel. Sometimes I used to wish that men actually go through pregnancy themselves, but since that is not possible, it is better that we learn as men, so we'll be able to know how to support our partners, especially when they are pregnant, or in situations like this. So that was the first trimester. It was just basically morning sickness, indigestion, vomiting. That's still part of morning sickness. And then second trimester came, and yeah, I started to sleep. Go on. I was just sleeping. I was sleeping most of the time through my second trimester. I'm always saying trimester. I mean, I don't know why. The second trimester was a little more easy than the first. I think that's the normal thing. Like, you've gotten the hang of things right now. Your body is even feeling a little bit better. You're even looking a little more, you're looking much more fresher than the first trimester. For normal pregnancies, please, for normal pregnancies, because there are some people who have complications or complicated cases in pregnancy. Now, I'm talking about my own experience with pregnancy. If you Google it online, there are a lot of symptoms you go through in pregnancy. Some you know about, some you don't. And not until they start happening to you, you might not really know. Now, another thing that comes or happens to people that people don't really talk about is water retention. Now, that happens mostly in the third trimester, so I'm not going to talk about it now. Second trimester was me being very, very sleepy. Even while going to work, I was always sleeping. Like, I would deliberately, at that time I was working at a place that was like 2 hours from where I live by public transportation. Yeah, so you can imagine how tough it was for me. So I would go to work like 3 hours before the time, so that I can at least have 1 hour to myself. Now, 30 minutes out of that 1 hour is it's for eating. That's the first thing I do when I get to work. I'll make sure I eat before I leave the house, and then when I get to work, I also eat. Like, before I even start working at all, I eat half of the food I'm supposed to take for my break, and the other half during the break. So I have 1 hour to myself, 30 minutes for eating, 30 minutes for sleeping, first of all. Then after that, I wake up and go resume work. Like, I'm already at work, right? But I just go to resume, like, practically. So at some point I had to stop working, because yeah, I was pregnant, and it's super dangerous to be pregnant and be doing the kind of work I was doing. So that happened. Another thing that happened was that it got to a point when I had iron deficiency. I think they say it's pregnancy anemia or something. I am not a medical personnel. I don't know how to pronounce some medical terms. So I think it's pregnancy anemia. And then the doctor had to recommend iron substitutes for me. And I started using that to, make up for the level of iron that I need and that baby also needs during the pregnancy. So one thing I forgot to say about the first trimester was that I got to know the sex of my baby. I'm not one of those people that would want to wait till the end of the pregnancy or till they give birth before they know what they are giving birth to. No. Now, on the issue of sex, I've always, okay, in my family, the truth is that we don't have any male representative just yet. Like, all of us are girls. In fact, my house is a girls' hostel. My house was worse, yeah, because I live alone here. My house was a girls' hostel. I grew up with women. I grew up with girls all over. Like, you would expect that when I want to give birth to, like, I'll probably give birth to a boy, but no. I've always wanted a girl as a first child because I love pretty little things and I love to decorate, to look cute and all that. So, and I know that girls are less stressful to raise than boys. I mean, it's obvious. I don't need to say too much about that. So, I've always wanted to have a girl first. But because of the situation of where my family background, we've not had a boy, blah, blah, blah. I was kind of still thinking, okay, maybe I would have a boy. So when I went for the ultrasound, what was the sex? It's a girl, baby. It's a girl, baby. I was happy. At the same time, I was thinking maybe it could have been a boy. Yeah, I was happy. I mean, you can easily go to the store and get female stuff. You don't have to stress yourself for that. I mean, it's super cool. Myself and my baby now, we're doing mother and daughter things. And I am happy. So, that is by the way. I was talking about the second trimester and I'm sorry for that. I was talking about the second trimester. Second trimester was less stressful, like I said. I was more relaxed. I started having itchy skin in my second trimester. Like practically, I don't know where I got that from. I still feel the itchy skin now. I still feel it like crazy and I don't know why. When I started feeling it in my second trimester, I spoke to my doctor about it, like my gynecologist about it, and she was like, maybe it's a liver thing. And then I went to do a blood test and nothing was detected. I was pretty fine. So she gave me a medication to resolve that issue. Yeah, that actually works, but then I have to use it every day and I'm still using it till date. I probably would have to do another test to check whether something else is wrong somewhere. But once I take the medication, I'm fine, I'm okay. But if I don't, sometimes it's always trouble. It's always trouble. Yeah, one thing pregnancy does to you is that it changes your body system entirely. It changes everything about you entirely, and you have to, you get to be fat, yeah. You get to be confused about your body system. That's it. It changes everything about you. You start having stretch marks. Some people are lucky and they don't have those things. Man, lucky you. I'm jealous. Because I used to be a person who doesn't have stretch mark. Throughout my university, I don't think I ever saw myself with any stretch mark on any part of my body. But then I got pregnant. So I threw itself everywhere. One good thing about it is that I can't show you my tummy, sorry. I don't have it on my tummy and I'm super glad because that is one place that stretch marks used to, bam, bam, everywhere. But it's okay. I'm glad. I'm okay the way I am and I'm super appreciative of what I've got. So guys, this is the second trimester. I already talked about that. I was settled. I was relaxed in my second trimester. I slept a lot. I ate a lot. Allow me to laugh. I ate a lot. Okay, I think I'm exaggerating it. I am actually, but I still hate. Okay. Then I started to feel the movement of my baby. I forgot to say that baby movements with flutters. It started with flutters, and you won't even feel it. You would think it's the hunger. When I say I ate a lot, it's not because I just want to be eating. No, it's because the kind of hunger that eats you is different when you're pregnant. Like, you practically feel it like you want to die. Like, egg ban me, oh my god, I'm switching to Yoruba. I'm sorry. Please help me. If I don't eat now, I'm going to die in the next minute. That is how it feels. And you just have to help yourself with something, or else you won't be yourself. And that was exactly what happened with me. I was always hungry, like this hunger pang. If I don't eat, I feel like I'm going to vomit in the next minute. So I just have to help myself with food at that moment. Now, it doesn't happen like this with everyone. No, it doesn't. Some people feel this hunger, some people don't. Pregnancy is different for every woman. I'll keep saying this again and again. Pregnancy is different from every woman, and no one should compare this person to that person. So that is that for my second trimester. Now I'm going to be going into the third trimester. The trimester was a little different. I began to notice some discoloration on my body. I began to notice, you can still see I still have some signs of it here. Yeah, but it was way more than this. It started gradually, and then it became something that I couldn't control anymore. In fact, I could not control it from the beginning, and that's just the truth. The discoloration was so much, I began to feel somehow about my own body, because I felt like, what the? And I also tried to use all sorts of things to try and treat it, but it wasn't just working. I still have symptoms or some signs of it here. Yeah, it's still there. But trust me, this is a lot better than how I used to look. Yes. Third trimester, girl. Back pain. Am I supposed to talk about that? Oh my god. Back pain. Whenever I'm cooking in the kitchen and I stand for just 1 hour, my legs will be swollen. So swollen feet. Oh god. Swollen feet. Oh my god. Water retention down there on your feet. You can't even talk about it because you just have to experience it. That's the truth. And the discoloration was the one that got me the most, because I went completely black, like do ozone levels, like everything black. My face was black. Like, wait, if you see me, oh god. I would also put a picture. I will attach a picture here so you can have an idea of what I was talking about. I mean, I was pitying my hubby because I was like, how does this guy actually cope with me? I even did a video where I was ranting and complaining to myself that how could I have gone from this to that just like that because of this pregnancy. Well, it happened. It's part of the pregnancy process, and I'm super glad that I was able to go through that successfully, because yeah, the discoloration was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. So that happened. Also, I was, yes, a lot more tired now, because yeah, the pregnancy had already progressed. It's now big like this, and I could feel my baby, you know, I could feel that. Well, that's one of the joys of being pregnant. When you can feel your child, you know that something is growing in there, a whole human being. In fact, when I checked the ultrasound at first, that was just the first one, and it was just to, you know that something is growing. You can't actually see it. So guys, in my third trimester, I was able to prepare for my pregnancy, of course, and then there's something they call, what's it called again? That part where you start to clean the house and start making yourself feel like, okay, when the baby comes, where's she gonna stay? You start arranging things you're not supposed to arrange. What's it called again? I've forgotten. But you understand what I'm trying to say, right? So I started cleaning up the house, taking care of everywhere, because of my... She's not gonna allow me to do this video. She's not. But I will do it. I will do it. Yeah, my baby's 7 months today. So I started preparing for the baby. I started preparing for the pregnancy, and I bought some clothes. I bought a lot of things during that period. I spent a lot of money. Try. Whoever said giving birth is not expensive? Oh my god. person should think twice, because then you have to get, especially if you're the first mom, you have to get a lot of supplies, you have to get a lot of things. Yeah, it's pretty expensive. Not to talk about the hospital bills when you actually give birth itself. But it's okay. It's part of life. It's part of the sacrifices we make as parents. So I also organized a photo shoot for myself. Yeah, because my hubby wasn't around, he has to go to work and all that. So, and since I was almost always in the house, and it was pretty much during the lockdown, so I had to organize a photo shoot for myself. Yeah, only me. I got a background. What's it called? Sorry there. I bought a background. Oh god, my brain is not functioning well right now. You understand? I bought a backdrop. Exactly. I bought a backdrop, and I got some clothes for myself, and I was changing and snapping myself and feeling cool and listening to some music and all that. I did all of that myself. I'll put pictures here too, so you can see a little bit of those things that I did for myself, even though I didn't post most of them, because yeah, someone is always watching me like a hawk. So that went that way, and at some point I started just relaxing myself, preparing. In fact, I didn't want to think about anything at that point. I just wanted to focus on the birth of my child, because every other thing that comes in at that point is not like stressing me. I just need something. I just need to relax my head for this journey that I'm about to begin. And it's a journey, trust me. Parenthood, oh my god, it's a journey on its own. Oh god, until you're there, you're not there. Really. So now I understand all the hype and why people celebrate Mother's Day like 20 times in a year. Because it's not easy. My dear brothers and sisters in the Lord, it is not easy. Especially when you don't have help. Yeah, when you don't have help, it's not easy at all. At least if you have help, you'll be able to, have some time for yourself and all that. But without help, you are the alpha and omega of everything. You are the wife, you are the friend, you are the mother, you are the cook, you are the cleaner, you are the ngwongwo, and you still have to work at some point. So yeah, thank God for Canada. Canada has a program, a maternity program, parental/maternity program for a year, and that's what I'm enjoying. I'm currently on maternity. I'm still on maternity. I will soon be done with maternity, and that's gonna I don't know I'm gonna go about it. It's gonna end soon, and I'm not looking forward to it really. But what has to be done will be done. So that's pretty much it for this video. The next video is gonna be about my delivery, how it went. Trust me, you need to watch that video. You need to watch the video. My story might not actually be interesting to you right now, but you need to watch that video. And I feel, before I end this video, I really need to say this, that women in Africa, black women most especially, in Canada, wherever we are, black women wherever we are, we need to start talking about pregnancies. We need to start talking about postpartum care. We need to start talking about a whole lot of things that are eating. Our parents did not do us that favor. They didn't tell us a lot of things. And if we go through these things, we should be able to speak about it, so that upcoming people that want to, enter into the same situation or do the same things like we did, would have something they can bank their knowledge on. They'll have knowledge about what they're entering into, so they will be able to make the right choices. They'll be able to make the right decisions about the life at the very early stage. Well, one good thing about me is that before I do anything at all, I go on Google, I go on YouTube, I do all sorts of researches to see what I'm supposed to know. So all postpartum care, whatever. I watch a lot of maternity videos, I watch a lot of pregnancy videos, I watch whether white or black or green. In fact, I began to watch things I wasn't supposed to watch. I mean, I was watching all sorts of things. Trust me, that period was a very notable period for me, because though no matter what you watch, it doesn't actually still it prepares your mind, but don't believe that that's going to be the situation, or your situation will be the same as any other person you watch on YouTube. Just prepare your mind for the kind of things you might experience. Now, I don't want to go into my delivery story because that's just another day. And yeah, that one is pretty intense. Yeah, it's pretty intense, and you really need to hear about it. So please, my next video is going to be about that. I want you to watch it and give me your opinion about what you think of my channel. Thank you for joining me today. Baby won't allow me to talk the way I want to with all the shakara and everything, but accept me the way I am. Thank you.